Hey everybody, Ken here, CCG vlog number 97. We have officially done more no days of poker vlogs than we did CCG vlogs, which is kind of crazy. So in 100 days, I've done more vlogs than I ever did in almost a little over 2 years of regular CCG vlogs. So thanks for watching both. That's like almost 200 vlogs that I put you guys through. So you'd think I'd be getting better at them and I'd stop doing the twist around thing, but I still do it. It's fine. Vlog number 97. We got 3 events this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, July 10th, 11th, and 12th. Friday the 10th, we're at the VFW in Oak Lawn. Saturday, we're at the VFW in Warrenville. And then Sunday, we are also at the VFW in Warrenville. So 2 days in a row at Warrenville. Trying to make up for some of those lost events that we had, you know, during COVID. So you might see some out of the ordinary schedules, like a double day at Warrenville, like 2 days in a row at Warrenville is not normal for us. But again, we're trying to make sure that those VFW posts and the groups and charities that want to, you know, make up that lost income as best they can, we're going to try to do everything we can to make that happen. So 2 days in a row at Warrenville, so should be fun. It'll be a good time. I'm assuming the bars will be open at both the Oak Lawn and Warrenville VFW. So all 3 events this weekend, you will have access to alcohol, which is weird to say. Access to alcohol if you're 21 years old, 20 years of age. If you're not, then you still can't drink at either of those places. We will probably continue, we will 100% do no food at the tables. That is not something that's going to be able to come back for a while. It's just, it's too much touching and eating and just masks off for too terribly long. It's not going to happen. Drinks, we are going to attempt to allow that to kind of, you know, see how it goes. You might have to use a straw. You can definitely bring a bottle of water or a water bottle, that's fine. So we're gonna kind of play this by ear, but the bar will be open, so you should be able to go in there and get a drink either way. At least you can take a little break and have one of those. The weekend, last weekend at the Max went great. It was the first weekend back in almost 4 months. They were really good turnouts, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. We didn't do an event on Saturday because of 4th of July weekend. I enjoyed some fireworks and some cookouts, so that was fun. So it was really good. I would say we did, all of the multi-table tournaments went really well. We opened each and every event, and we're gonna do that again this weekend. The first, you know, at the start of the event, we did a multi-table tournament limited to 6 tables, and then left 2 tables open for cash games. Every single event, at 2 p.m. on Thursday, 2 p.m. on Friday, and at noon on Sunday, there was one full 1-3 game, and maybe within 15 or 20 minutes, there was a second game off. So that was really great. People came out in droves to play cash games and kind of do that. So at the start of the event, we were very much busy. Now, we never got this weekend, maybe once or twice, where we got to max capacity, where we had to kind of say, all right, the next person that comes in is going to have to wait either in the lobby or downstairs at the Max. We never had to do that because we can get about maybe 5 or 6 people in the lobby, and then at that point we'd have to go downstairs. We never got to where there was more than, you know, 55 players, you know, at the event, where there were 50 playing and 5 people kind of sitting in the lobby waiting for their tables. But the nice thing is, at that point, it's not really one in, one out, because, you know, there's no cash game seats available. All of the tournaments are going that are going, so it's not like you're you know, able to play anyways. We're at, you know, kind of capacity. So it was fine. It worked really well. I got a bunch of phone calls, a bunch of texts, a bunch of social media shout outs. Do not worry about that. I have no problem. I worked really hard. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. I was pretty good. I would say 99%. I got back to everybody within a few minutes. So text me, 630-901-9797. I get those first. I do get updates and notifications from my phone if I get something on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or an email, but sometimes I do miss those. It's not 100%, whereas a text message I will always get. So if you want to find out what games are going, you want to know how many seats are available, you want to know what cash games are running, you want to know what the next sit and go list is for, which we took all event long, text me, let me know. I can either reserve you a seat, put you on the list, or let you know where you are in line so that you can know, you know, gauge on when you should come. So the system worked really well. I was very happy with it. Everybody wore their masks, which I know is a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. That's what we have to do. I'm not going to argue for or against mask wearing. If we want to do charity poker in the state of Illinois, you have to wear a mask. That's just the way it is. But I think it went really well. Nobody, you know, the event itself was great. We had no issues, no trouble. Everybody was happy, healthy, and excited. So hopefully we can continue that trend this weekend with the 3 events, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Oak Lawn, Warrenville. So Friday's featured event, we're gonna have 1 multi-table tournament at each event this weekend. So Friday's multi-table event, which will be 6 tables, up to 6 tables at a time, is the $20 early bird. And then followed at 6:30 on Friday, we're going to do a 2-table 115 sit and go. That is a sit and go, so it's a little bit different structure. You get, I think you get 12,000 chips and 15-minute levels. You play two 6-person tables, and then you combine and go from there. There are no re-entries, there's no rebuys, there's no alternates. So if you are not in one of the first 12, unless I personally make a mistake, which did happen, I overbooked it by 1. I'd kind of forgotten to put somebody on the list, so I made an exception to let that person be the 13th player. But other than that, that's really the only way you're going to get in, is if you text me in previous and I forget you. I will make sure we don't, that's not your fault, that's mine, we'll make that work. But other than that, 12 players for that 6:30 115, and it went off Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. It was great. It was fun. People love it. It's a cool format. It's very different. Actually, the overlay podcast, which Brandon and I are going to do tomorrow, will be all about 6-handed / short-handed play. So it should be fun. Check that one out. So Friday, 2 p.m., $20 early bird. Saturday, we are back at Warrenville, $120 CCG deep stacks at 2 p.m. It's a 2 p.m. deep stack. It's your standard deep stack structure. 20K in chips, $10 add-on will get you up to 30K in chips, 20-minute levels. We have switched the big blind ante structure to actually be a small blind ante structure. And the reason for that is that you're never more than 6-handed at the table. You're always playing 5 or 6-handed. And in some extreme cases, 4-handed. It's not very often, but it could happen for a short period of time. It is not fair to play a big blind ante structure at that point. So we have switched to a small blind ante. Same structure, but instead of playing the big blind as the ante, you're going to play the small blind, the equivalent of the small blind. So $120 deep stack. Again, you're going to be limited to the first 36 players, and then we will do re-entries and alternates. I have said this before. If you get there before the end of registration for any of these multi-table tournaments, so the early bird on Friday, the $120 CCG deep stacks on Saturday, or the 250 big bounty, which is the Sunday event, as long as you get there before the end of registration, and I put the end of registration time on each and every one of the events. You can always text me and ask. We will get you in 100%. So if you get there and you wait in line, we will make sure you get a seat, no questions asked. So don't feel like you're gonna show up, drive all the way over to Oak Lawn and not get in because we're at 36 player capacity and we can't get any more in. You will 100% get in, you'll just have to be an alternate. Very similar to like Black Friday. We just keep shuffling those down cards and it goes pretty quickly. So that worked well. On, let's see, Friday's deep stack this past weekend, we had 59 players and 36 seats. So there was a lot of re-entries and alternates going through there, which was great. Again, we're gonna do a 115 at 6:30 on Saturday, a 2-table. Again, you can text me if you wanna save a seat for that. And then Sunday, like I mentioned, we're gonna continue to do that $250 big bounty deep stack. That is $170 in the prize pool, $30 in rake, and a $50 bounty on each and every player. Same structure as the deep stack, 20K in chips, $10 add-on gets you 10K more, 30K all day, 20 minutes, small, big blind ante structure. Cash games went really well as well. We're also gonna do a 4 p.m. 2-table 115. So each and every event, we're gonna do a 2-table 115. 6:30 on Friday and Saturday, and then 4 p.m. on Sunday. And we do single table tournaments all day long. We did quite a few, maybe 2 or 3 $25 sit and goes every day. We did 2 or 3 $55 sit and goes every day. And really the only 115s that got off were at those scheduled times. But we did 5 or 6 sit and goes at every single event on top of the multi-table event. So they're out there, tournament players. If you want to come out and play, there's stuff for you to play. Come out and see us. Cash game guys, though, you guys crushed it this weekend. We had 5, 6, 7 games going throughout the events at all times. It was fantastic. I saw a lot of people that came out, and I was really happy to see everyone. So that made my birthday weekend pretty cool. Still firing 1-1 games and still firing 1-3 games. No early bird promo for the cash games like we were doing before, but you can text me and save your seat. And as long as you're there by a certain amount of time, I will only take 6 guaranteed reservations. As long as you're there by 2:15, I can guarantee you a seat. Other than that, you're just on the top of the list, which is perfectly fine as is. So if you're planning on coming out, text me and get on that list. You just move to the top. It's a no-brainer. And I'm not gonna like text you weird stuff or anything, so I promise. I will only text you okay, no problem, or a thumbs up. Cash game promos, we're still doing the $100 high hand. So each and every event, there's gonna be a $100 high hand. You have to use both cards You can't make quads unless you have a pair. I think queens full of 9s went on Thursday. Friday was a royal flush, so that was pretty good. And then Sunday was a king high straight flush, so that was even better. I mean, not better, but pretty crazy that all of those crazy hands hit this weekend. So each of those are a $100 winner. Always let me know. We're still doing a $500 monthly high hand, although I'm pretty sure that royal flush is going to be the top spot. Although if somebody else makes a royal flush this weekend, they will chop it up with that previous royal flush winner. If you have any questions, as always, hit me up in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Hit subscribe. We got a bunch of subscribers over quarantine, which was fantastic. I would still very much like to get, you know, into the 1,000 range for Instagram and YouTube. It allows us to do some cool stuff that I'm not allowed to do as is. But we had a really great support system during, you know, this quarantine and COVID-19. So I want to say thank you. We have taken a lot of measures to try to make poker as safe as humanly possible. We do take that very seriously. So if you have any questions or suggestions, or you want to know what's going on, or you want to save a seat, feel free to text me, email me, call me, DM me, PM me, tweet at me, Facebook me, hit me up on the gram. I don't know any other slang words other than that. Thank you for watching as always. We will see you this weekend. Bye, everybody.